What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Dashing Dasher. We are talking about Olivia Henderson, the Doordash girl. You know you was wrong. You know you should have just left that food and went about your way, but you didn't. And she was crying, victim. I'm the victim. No, you are not. No, you are not. You are the perpetrator. You're the culprit. Okay, you're the reason. Unbelievable. But yeah, somebody in my comments made a very good point that I wanted to talk about. They reminded me of the scene from the movie A Time to Kill. Now, if you didn't see that movie, it's from back in the day, but it was a very dramatic, powerful movie that was set during slave times. And in the movie, a little black girl was brutally attacked by a group of white guys. And so the lawyer defending the girl makes a speech in court talking about what happened to the girl, and then at the end of the speech he said, now just imagine if that girl was white. And everybody in the courtroom gasped. And the gravity of it finally hit, because it was put in a context where the person was really loved by the community. And that's exactly what we have to do here. Put this same story. A DoorDasher goes to deliver food to a customer. The customer is in their own home, passed out on their own couch. The door's open, you can see inside, and they're indecent. And the dasher takes out their camera and starts to record. Now, they already did their job. They dropped the food and it's time for them to leave, but they stay and record what they see inside the person's house. Now imagine that dasher is a man. Not this, what we see right here. Because what we see right here tends to not get held as accountable when they do things wrong. But imagine that dasher was a man. Imagine that dasher was a dark-skinned man. Where would they be right now? And that guy would be under the jail. That's what I'm trying to say. He would be under the jail. They would have thrown away the key. Because what? It would obviously be an invasion of privacy. It would obviously be rude, disrespectful, and he obviously should have left. But there's all this gray area to the point where she thought she was a victim. When she posted it, so many people were in the comments telling her that she's a victim. She believed it. To the point where she had the nerve, the gall, the audacity to post it online. So yeah, to the commenter that left that point, great point. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I hope they make an example out of this dasher. I hope they make an example out of her so it doesn't happen. Because it's ridiculous and it shouldn't happen. Now, if this same situation happened, right? And all she did was call the police and say, hey, this happened and I just wanted to make sure it didn't happen to somebody else, and that's it, she'd have been fine. And she could have even went online and talked about it and been fine. But you can't say his name, you can't post his address, and you can't post the actual footage. Had she not done any of those things, hey, she'd have just got online and said, you know what, guys, let me tell you what happened to me. I was working and I went to deliver an order and I saw this and I couldn't believe it. And oh my gosh, and boom, boom, boom. Yeah, and she still would have gotten some traction and people would have commented and said what they said and whatever. And, you know, but you can't, the way she did it, she just went way too far. And now she's got all these charges. She's facing felonies now. She's facing felonies, 2 felonies, because of the way she handled it. If someone is in public doing something that you don't like, then you can record. But if they're in the privacy of their own home doing something that you don't like, leave the home. Okay? That is the way you're supposed to comport yourself. I mean, I guess, you know, we got to go back to basics. We got to start at the beginning because people have gotten so confused with what they should and should not do that we have people who are the perpetrator claiming to be the victim. And that's the case that we have here. So I will continue to bring you the updates as they come out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. This is the Dashing Dasher, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.